Hello everyone, and thanks for joining. Today we're going to take a look at the new Who album, simply called The Who. Came out today, December 6th of 2019, and it is their 12th studio album. This is their first of all new material since in 13 years, since this one from 2006 called The Endless Wire. This one is significant for having had the mini opera called Wire and Glass on it. The one that came out today is just straight ahead songs on it, not a concept or anything like that. This one, the first single on this was called Ball and Chain, and of interest because it's actually a reworking of a Pete Townshend solo song from 2015 off his Best Of album called Truancy. It was called Guantanamo, but they reworked it as a Who song, and so that's the first single if you've heard that, Ball and Chain. And then the other thing I wanted to point out is that the artwork on this, should take a close-up of this here, this is done by Peter Blake, and Peter Blake, you may remember him from having done the Face Dances album, but he's also of note because he did the Beatles' Sgt. Pepper's album. So, you know, interesting little connection that's there. There's 11 tracks that are on this, but if you go to Target, there is a 3 bonus track edition of it through Target as an exclusive. As part of the band, of course, you've got Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey, but on bass is Pino Palladino. He's been playing with Bad Company over the years and other artists, and he's certainly been with The Who for a long time now. And then on drums, it's Zak Starkey, who's also been with them for a long time and is noted for being Ringo Starr's son, Ringo of the Beatles. So there's that. Let's talk a little bit about the music. The music on here is quite varied. I mean, it does sound like a Who album. Certainly has those sparks from Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey that make it a Who album. But I would say this album is much more varied in their sound from the stuff that we're typically used to. There's songs that are very dark. There's a track on here called She Rocked My World. There's the typical stuff you'd expect, like the samples and loops and stuff that he does from his synthesizer on a track called I Don't Want to Get Wise. There's a very orchestrated song on here called Beads on One String. And then there's a folk, almost country style song called Break the News. And so, it's quite a varied album. There is one track on here that Pete Townshend sings lead himself called I'll Be Back. So you do get a Pete Townshend lead, and everything else is sung by Roger Daltrey. But let's take a look at this thing. So this is the cover of it. I'll pop the CD out just so you can see that. Nothing really under it, but there you go. This is on Polydor and Interscope. Here's the booklet without the glare on it. It's really great album art, and this is compiled of their influences and symbols and things that represent the Who, just how that was made. There's no lyrics inside this, it's just pictures. You can get all that stuff over the internet and Wikipedia. There's track listing and things of that nature. Really great shot there of the two, Pete Townshend and Roger Daltrey. A little more information about the album, and then the end and showing their other releases. And there you go. So all in all though, I totally recommend the album. I do think it's a Who sounding album, but it is quite varied. And so if you like hearing what it is that they're doing today and the influences that have been on them today after all these years of being a classic rock group as they are, I certainly recommend checking it out, and check out those tracks, and then also go back and check out Guantanamo off Pete Townshend's solo Truancy Best Of, and hear the differences between it. All right, hope everyone enjoyed this. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Let me know your thoughts, and I hope everyone has a great day. Take care.